Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Jameis now on first down. He finds an opening past the 40. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And finally brought down at the 43. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Let's get that ball right here.
They run the counter. Jefferson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Ready? Blue ready. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Wait. Let's go.
On second and 11 now. Winston. And Winston lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Bang. You jet bomber. Smooth. Switch. Greystone, travel.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Levante David coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
Move. You got three down. Hey, team six. Deep dribble.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now Lutz for the field goal try. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
We want it. Come to my world. Check. Go. Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Black 25. Bound to lose one. Flip it. 51's the mic, boy. 51. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This will be fielded at the 17. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
28-yard gain. 1st down, Saints.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Let's go. 80 weapons. He's checking crowd. Same.
On the ground, Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Let's go, team. Let's go. Now.
2nd and 11. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they've punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Our time. It's our time. Check 9. Come on. Run back.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Saints 7, Buccaneers nothing.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Jameis to throw it. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Winston now. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Shift. Check safety.
From the gun, Winston. He completes it to Evans. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on second down. Winston, and this is incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big 3rd down.
And Robinson with a big catch. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Ready? Back, 25, behind. Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey.
Winston now to throw on first down. And he finds Howard complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ready.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Flip it.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Working out of the gun, Winston. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go. 60 or 65. Hey, Haywood. 45. Mike, 45. Are you getting ahead? Check 45.
They're going to look to throw. pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
But no takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Look, squeeze. Six guys.
They'll look to throw here. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you across state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Winston. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7. Ready?
They'll set up to throw. 20. That's complete to Darboh. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Come on, set, 50, plant. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch the slant, let's go.
They'll run it with Kamara. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Kamara trying again. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara as the first half is winding down. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready up.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 15, check 15. Recon, 132 fighter. Let go.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man. It's Darbo. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
First down, Saints.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. You draw Corker.
The setup a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Right there. 50. Rock it. Let's go. Shoot.
They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Check 26. Check 26.
On first down, Jefferson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Saints' 42-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Throwing, Winston. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Throwing again on second down. Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. 51, Mike. Mike 51. Let's go, Heavy.
On third down, Winston. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. 2nd and 4. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. You rush. Hey, wahoo! Check 45 to Mike. Check. Ready?
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And the Saints, 1st down.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yeah, that's what I do. Hey,
2nd and 10. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Hey, slam. Check 99.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
51 to Mike, boy. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Tight down. There you go. Switch.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here. Go. Check.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Green, triple team. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50.
Jameis now on first down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Kamara. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. Looking long for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Watch the 6-6. Pull it high. Hey, orbit. 10. Hey, check my shoot.
He'll look to throw. Able to push his way through. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Set, ready, 50, plant. Cut. Watch it slap.
Back to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 17 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's 21-3.
Next to score, Saints 21, Buccaneers 3. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
That's it,
The
baby.
Bucs take
We got
over
one.
first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 38, Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. First down, Winston. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Flip it, flip it, flip it. Easy, easy, easy. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Kill, 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 kill.
Now Winston. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Again, it's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Max 22, Max 22. Short. I'm coming, I'm coming.
The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
90, Wolf. Watch the backer, watch the backer.
They'll run. This is Kamara. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Jones. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. And it's fielded at the 30. Now a hit and a loose football. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget Paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
On the ready. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, D. Go.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Saints, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching